So hi, I'm Ken. I am a Tai Chi instructor, Tai Chi teacher for ATTFE, and I've been asked to do a sequence of, or a series of, well-being films. This film's going to be between 15 and 20 minutes long, 20 minutes long. I think that's classed as the ideal time for a daily exercise to get your heart going, to get your breath up a little bit, get your circulation going. So I am a Tai Chi teacher, a meditation teacher, a martial artist, a QiGong teacher. QiGong is like Taoist yoga. And in these videos, I'm going to try and introduce you to all of these things. So meditation, Taoist yoga, Tai Chi as a martial art. Tai Chi is based around the theory of yin and yang. This governs all of my life, all I do. Most people call that symbol, the symbol you see there with the black and the white sides on it, the yin yang, but it's actually called the Tai Chi, and it stands for the supreme ultimate. So we're going to be working on Taoist theory. It is a Taoist symbol, and you don't have to be a Taoist to do this, but we're going to be working on it. But I'm just waffling on it, so let's get into it. So the best place to start is at the beginning, starting at the beginning. So it's really important when doing exercise. Tai Chi, hard and soft, so we're going to be doing some vigorous exercising, some really stillness exercises, or really still exercises as these sessions progress. But we'll start at the beginning. So it's really important to warm your body up properly, to warm the body up. If you don't loosen up your body, warm the body up properly, when you get into the more vigorous movements, you can strain and damage yourself. So it's very important to warm the body up. And I'm a very keen student of anthropology, anatomy and physiology, and biotensegrity. Biotensegrity is an emerging science. First introduced by Thomas Myers in the 1990s. We're going to be working a lot on biotensegrity, the anatomy trains, the myofascia, and the sinew inside the body. So let's start at the beginning. We're going to connect with our center, our physical center. So I want you to bring your feet flat together. Feet flat together. If you really struggle with any of the movements as we go through these films there, you can make slight adjustments, but there will be some underlying principles in all of what we do here. So standing, one of the first most important principles in the internal arts of Tai Chi, QiGong, yoga, Taoist meditation is nice and upright. So I want you to imagine you have a feeling as if you are suspended from above. Imagine you have a single hair on the top of the head, the crown of the head here, the fontanel area. Imagine you have a single hair that's tied up to the ceiling. So you have the feeling as if you are suspended from above by a single hair, hanging down from that suspension from above. Feet flat together. I want you to imagine you have a ball in your belly, a fist-sized ball that's about 3 fingers below the belly button and in the center of the body, closer to your spine than to the front of the body. This is your physical center of gravity. It's an area they call the dantian in Tai Chi in traditional Chinese medicine, but it is your physical center of gravity. We want to make sure that you are moving from your center, from your core, or from your deep frontal line, the first of the anatomy chunks we're working with. So visualize that ball and feel as if you're clenching that fist-sized ball or tensing deep inside, like you're holding in a bit of flatulence, like you're holding in a trump. Okay? And I want you to use that tensing to start to rock the body forwards and backwards. Rocking the body forwards and backwards. And this is you're not just moving from the ankles. You're not just moving by tensing the muscles against the ankles to get this movement. You're moving from your center. You feel the whole body moving together, rocking together. As we do when we're walking around, our feet, we roll from the heel down towards the toes when we step. So feel this. It's rocking. And when we walk as well, a really important thing that happens, most people don't know, is that our foot rocks from inside to outside when we roll as well. It's important that it does do this. The foot rolls from inside to outside, because when you roll from the inside to the outside, it triggers a separation of the bones in your feet. Those the metatarsal bones. They separate, and then as the foot and the leg become more weight bearing, they brace to give you a wide, stable platform to step through. Because did you know that they've never thought about this, but when we're walking around, we spend 80% of that time balanced on one leg. And so we stride, the leg swings through, we're balanced on one leg. So 80% of walking is spent balancing on leg. So it's very important that you do trigger this separation to give you a really stable platform to balance on when you step through. It's rocking forwards and backwards, moving from your center. You're rocking like a rocking chair here. Rocking forwards and backwards. And then I just want you to, you see how my toes have started to move out to the side, as they do, because I'm rocking forward and backwards and side to side. Then I want you to tense, and I want you to push up onto your tiptoes. Pushing up, really stretching up. And watch for places where your structure might buckle. Maybe you buckle at the lower back here, or your ribs flare out, or your chest sticks out. I want you to sink the chest, sink the ribs, pushing up, then lower yourself down. Lowering yourself down. Just have a bit of a wriggle here. You want to get the flexibility of your waist here. It's really important that these amazing human waists of ours are really nice and flexible. Yeah, nice and flexible waist. So I'm going to turn around. When I turn around fast like that, don't do that. Just turn around, because often these moves are easy to follow from behind. I just want you to sink onto your right leg. Spread your arms out to the side like this. Keep nice and upright as if suspend from above, and then turn to your left. And just let the leg flick out to the side. This is not just a separate movement from the hip here. It's a kind of releasing, and the leg just pushed outside. Turn the waist to the right, turn the left toes in. Push over from the right to left leg. Turn the waist to your left to turn the right toes in, and settle down in the center. Settling down in the center. Okay, so your head feels as if it is suspended from above. You're pushing the pelvic area forwards, but it feels like it's hanging down from our suspension from above. And feel like you're sitting down as well. So at the top of the legs meet the buttocks, you have this groove here. This groove here, this gluteal sulcus. Feel as if you're sitting down onto there, like sitting down onto a high stool and releasing and relaxing your legs like you would if you were sitting down. Okay, so I know I'm going through these postural alignments. I know it's taken a while here, but these are really important, because these are the founding principles of the art of Tai Chi. So you get these basic movements right, and then that is a strong foundation to build the rest of your art on, or your exercise on, or just for life, good principles for life. So sitting down. So you feel like you're sitting down, and you feel as if you are suspended from above by that single hair. Put your mind, your awareness, your thoughts, your intent into that fist-sized ball in your belly. Start to turn it from side to side, and just start to turn your waist. So turning your waist, turning the weight of the body from one leg to the other leg. I have a bad habit when it comes to this, because I do teach a lot, is I tend to watch the students here, so my head doesn't move with the rest of the body. As you're doing these movements, keep your nose in line with your belly button, okay? So the head is moving here. So if you see my head just stopping like this, then don't do that. Keep the head moving with the rest of the body. And that's one thing we try to get in Tai Chi. Tai Chi, we try to get the whole body moving together. They say that in Tai Chi you want to get the whole body moving together like a complete coordinated unit. They say in Tai Chi, when one part moves, every part moves. So one part stops, every part stops. They compare the movement of the body to the rolling of a ball. Like a ball, when it rolls, when one part moves, every part moves. When one part stops, every part stops. You want that with your body. Turning. This is often called the bear exercise. Probably one of the world's most practiced Tai Chi exercises. I reckon Tai Chi is practiced by they don't know exactly, but between 50 and 200 million people every day. So it's a lot of people practice Tai Chi. A lot of people. It's really, really, really good. It's as I said, it's a martial art, Tai Chi Chuan, to give it its full martial arts name, the Supreme Ultimate Fist, translates out. But most people in the world practice Tai Chi as a health art. And it's really, really good for your health. And as a martial art as well, and the health art here, the health side of Tai Chi is the foundation to build the martial art on. So you get these principles right, the head as if suspended from above, the body hanging down, feel like you're sitting down, get a good alignment, connectivity, get the whole body moving together as a complete coordinated unit. And this is the foundation for building your martial art on. So you use yin-yang theory, the soft overcomes the hard, much like in nature. One of the softest things on the planet is water, and water will erode rock over time. We have the three phases of water. You have liquid water, you have solid water as ice, and you have gaseous water, the three phases of water. So water, still lines from Bruce Lee, water, if you pour it into a vessel, it'll take the shape of the vessel. Water can trickle, but also water can crash like a tsunami or a tidal wave. Water, it gets between rock, it freezes and it will split rock. Wood floats on it, it rusts metal. Water is very, very powerful, but very, very soft as well. Very, very soft. So be like water, being like water. Turning, relax like water, soft like water. So relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hips. So we do a lot of work in Tai Chi to eliminate those habitual tensions that people carry in their body. Tensions that they don't need, superfluous tensions in the body. The shoulders and the hips, where these ball and sockets joints are. These are the areas where we do tend to hold on to a lot of tension, and this really affects our mobility, our ability to have a really wide range of movement. The habitual tensions we carry in the shoulders like we're carrying the weight of the world on the shoulders, and in the hips and the pelvic area as well. So relax the hips, relax the shoulders. Okay, so your feet are staying flat on the floor, but you still feel like rocking from the inside to the outside of the feet. Rocking from the inside to the outside of the feet. So you're triggering the separation of those there's bones in the feet. And this rolling inside to outside, and even though the feet stay flat on the floor, you feel as if you're rolling from the heels towards the toes as well, and then toes towards the heel as you roll back into the foot. And these movements around on the soles of the feet, they trigger lots of stabilizing events up through the body, of the anatomy trains and of the bones as well. As you turn onto the supporting foot, roll into the foot from the inside to the outside of the foot, it triggers a rotation up through the body, a rotation of the skeletal system up through the body. It's very important you do get this rotation for weight bearing while we're balancing on one leg, stability of the joints. And it also triggers the anatomy trains inside the body as well. We have 12 anatomy trains inside the body. And this is not like pseudoscience. This is, as I said, an emerging science that is, the research in biotensegrity is really furious. In sport, movement therapies, and all kinds of therapies. Biotensegrity and the sinuous white connective tissue inside the body, the myofascia and the web of connective tissue inside the body. It's been applied to all kinds of movement therapies, health therapies, martial arts, sports, athletics. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. And you have 12 anatomy trains inside the body. And they crisscross and wrap around the body and connect the body and give you the different planes of movement. Okay, so turning. Back to these exercises. We've been doing this quite a while. You might think, oh God, get on with it. That's all part of it. Oh God, you don't know I talk a lot. I know I talk a lot. I talk a lot because Tai Chi is classed as a moving meditation. Meditation is all about being present in the here and the now. And if I'm talking, if you're just getting annoyed at my voice, oh, get on with it, at least you are present. You're not thinking away from what we're doing here. And that's really important. That's meditation, being present. So even if you're only getting annoyed at me, you are here. You're paying attention. Maybe you've wandered off. Maybe not. Okay, but you are here. But let's get back to the details here. So you're turning your waist here. Okay, let's change to doing it like this. And so this is quite important. This is warming up the body, loosening up the body. I will go through this in detail in this one, and then I will expect you to apply, not for as long as we're doing here, but make sure you do a loosening up before you do the next films that come after this. This is really important. So sinking down, make sure the knee stays in line with the toes. When the leg is at its fullest, have a little bit more weight towards the rear of the foot. You can divide each foot into 2 triangles, a triangle from the ankle to the heel to the balls of the feet, from the ankle to the balls of the feet to the toes. 2 triangles. When the leg is at its fullest, you want more weight towards the triangle at the rear of the foot, a 70-30 weight distribution. You're still rocking into the foot from the inside of the foot and the heel towards the outside of the foot. And I want you to start to raise, or allow the leg to move away from the body with the rest of the body now. Sinking down. So make sure the knee stays in line with the toes. You're sitting down onto that supporting leg. And everything is just following the turning of your waist. In Tai Chi, the whole body should move like a turning wheel. So when you think about a wheel when it turns, when the center of the wheel moves, the rest of the wheel moves with it. No part of the wheel moves independently of the center of the wheel. Imagine that ball in your belly and your waist is the center of your wheel. The arms and legs are like the outer rim. And everything moving together. Sinking down, empty stance, dropping the weight of the body down through that supporting leg, sinking down. So aligning yourself with gravity's pull. You think about it, if we're nice and upright, gravity is just pulling straight down through us. As soon as we start to lean forwards, backwards, or to the side, gravity is pulling us in those directions there. So you want to be the best bipedal upright mammal that you can be. Which sounds obvious when you say it, but I think with modern technologies and everything, smartphones and computers, people are spending lots of time like this. And the things that we repeatedly do with our body and our mind, they do shape the way the body and the mind work. So if you spend lengthy periods of time over a long period of time looking down like this, then this is the way the shape your body will take. And you'll always be fighting gravity. Gravity will always be pulling your head forwards. So you're going to have to tense muscles around the body to stop yourself from falling into that void there where you're leaning. And those tensions, unneeded tensions in the body, will gradually over time start to pull your whole system out of alignment. So work on being the best upright bipedal mammal that you can be. And nice and upright, working with the forces that our ancient ancestors evolved with to get to this amazing place where we are now. The dominant species on the planet. Turning. Okay, keep going, keep turning. And then go back to doing it like this. Turning. So again, the inguinal crease area is folding in. You're allowing it to fold in as you turn onto that supporting leg. Make your hands into hollow fists. Hollow fists like you can get a small bird in the palms of the hands. And if your shoulders are relaxed up here, you should be able to give the lumbar section of your back a nice massage. You can decide how soft or how hard you massage the lower back by how vigorously you turn your legs. Turning, turning, turning. Keep your knees in line with the toes. And again, start to shift from leg to leg. And then again, let the leg follow the sideways movement of the body. So you're rolling into the foot from the toes down towards the heel, from the inside to the outside of the foot. Really feel the bounce. The flex of the plantar fascia, the arch along the sole of the foot, compresses, or it flexes out and then it takes its shape back and it bounces you out of the leg. And I want you to send that bounce up through the body and start to bring your arms up in front of you. Bring your arms up in front of you. Arms up in front of you. So just bouncing your arms up. Bouncing your arms up. And the heel is still coming off the ground. You're still turning the waist, but not as much as you were before. The waist is still turning. You still have this rotational force. It's very important that we do have this rotational force when we are moving around. And I will go into more detail in this in future films. I'm putting that spin, that rotation into your body. This rotational force. A marked stage in our evolution as our species. This ability to generate this rotational force with the waist and the rest of the body. Really important. Everything is following your waist and your deep frontal line, your core. The deep frontal line is the anatomy train that runs from the inside of the ankles and the heels up the inside of the back of the legs, connecting to the pubic bone, the sitting bones, then traveling all the way up through the inside of the rib cage, connecting to the neck, the back of the head, and the tongue, your central axis. You're moving from there, so a slight turning at the center just sets everything into motion. Your body rebounds off the ground. You just bounce your arms up. Then open up the hands and start to let your arms wrap around your torso. So your arms are wrapping around your torso. And this is not a shoulder movement. You're moving, swinging at the shoulder, but you're not just tensing and moving from the shoulder. You're just bouncing your arms up and tapping the body, tapping the shoulder and the upper back with the palm, tapping the lower back with the back of the hand. Hitting yourself as hard as is comfortable for you. You can do this as a gentle massage, or you can do it as body conditioning. But it's the strength of the earth behind your arms, and the waist, strength of the earth and the waist controlling your arms. Tapping the body. You can hear my breath has got up a little bit. I'm getting nice and warm. And I've already got my whole body moving together. Then just let the momentum dissipate here. Just let it slow down and stop. Okay, I want you to rub your hands. Rub your hands. Hopefully they're warmer than they were when we started. Just rub the body down, rub the shoulders. Rub the belly. Rub the lower back. Rubbing down the body. Rubbing down the body. So in future films I'll go into more detail about the self-massage, but that's the warm-up. So practice it for I'm going to be doing a film, one a week, so practice that, and then we'll be back next week with the next film. So I will say goodbye for now. Bye for now.